If you are not okay today, I'm with you. There's always tomorrow.
Serena Williams is best known for being an incredible force on the tennis court, but even she has moments where she's just not okay. She recently admitted to something heartbreaking, and what she said will surprise you. Serena had an honest and vulnerable moment when she shared an update on Twitter. She wrote that she was not okay, and it was okay that she wasn't okay. She ended the tweet on a hopeful note by saying that there was always tomorrow. It can take a lot of courage to admit that you're having a tough time mentally and emotionally. While seeking mental health services is more acceptable today than it was a few years ago, there's still an existing stigma that surrounds therapy and mental wellness. Serena proved that she has the courage to be vulnerable with her fans. Admitting that you're not okay can be scary since it leaves you open to judgment. The fact that Serena is being open with her mental health also means that she's making it easier for everyone else to talk about it too. Celebrities and athletes are influential people. If they can show that it's okay to talk about mental health, then their fans can feel secure and safe talking about their mental health too. But I know what you might be wondering. What is it that's making Serena not okay? As a woman who has over 10 Grand Slam wins and several Wimbledon wins, what could be causing her to feel not okay? Since giving birth to her youngest daughter, Serena has been suffering from postpartum depression, which she calls postpartum emotions. Her youngest daughter, Adira, was born in August 2023. Although the birth went well and nothing was wrong with Adira, Serena ended up getting diagnosed with postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is a type of depression that occurs either during pregnancy or following the birth of a child. While the exact cause isn't known, doctors believe it has to do with the hormonal changes that a woman's body goes through during pregnancy and after pregnancy. There are several symptoms that indicate postpartum depression, but they can vary based on the person. Serena has regularly expressed feelings of depression. She even has moments when she doesn't think that she's a good mother. This type of thinking and feeling is one of the symptoms of postpartum depression. Other common symptoms are feelings of anxiety or irritability. Having trouble sleeping or having a reduced appetite are also common symptoms. Considering that Serena is an athlete, having problems sleeping and eating isn't good. It can negatively impact her performance. In fact, her mental health may have caused her to finally retire from tennis. Although she was expected to play during last season, she retired in August shortly after the birth of her child. In a post on Twitter, Serena said that she wanted to focus her energy elsewhere and away from sports. She just had a daughter and wanted to focus on growing her family. It sounds like Serena is focusing on being a caregiver to her daughters, but I think her mental health might have also been behind her decision to retire. Although Serena has been having some rough days, her life isn't entirely doom and gloom. She posted a selfie on Twitter of herself holding Adira. Serena captioned the post by saying that Adira makes her so happy. Despite her mental health struggles, Serena can still see the good things in life. So what does someone like Serena do to help herself get through the slumps? She answered that question while speaking with Selena Gomez on Selena's mental health platform, Wondermind. Serena explained that she keeps strong boundaries for herself. A common problem she has is that she doesn't take the time for herself to unwind and just feel or think. She's always too busy doing what other people want her to do, so she's learned to set boundaries around her private time. When it's her time to relax or focus on herself, she doesn't let anyone break that boundary. So if her manager calls up and asks her to attend an event out of the blue, if that conflicts with a boundary she sets up, then she'll tell her manager no. But that isn't the only thing Serena does to try and help her mental health. She also uses a method she calls shutting down. Now at first that might not sound like a good thing. Shutting down usually means you're shutting people out or not dealing with your emotions. But what Serena means by it is that she shuts down her accessibility to other people. While she's always there to help her family when it comes to professional work or even friends, she will shut them off if she needs to. And sometimes that's what you need to do. I think this again shows just how brave Serena is. Not everyone can tell their friends that they can't hang out because they're having a day for themselves. They're too worried that their friends will move on and leave them behind. But Serena is finally putting herself first, and she has a strong family unit to support her. While Adira is only a few months old, Serena also shares an older daughter with her husband, Alexis Ohanian. Olympia is Serena's first child, and with the recent arrival of a new baby, you might be wondering how Olympia is doing with the change. Serena said to Entertainment Tonight that Olympia was adjusting well to having Adira around. Since Adira is still so young and small, Olympia sees her as her baby sister. Her husband, who is the co-founder of Reddit, has also been supportive of Serena, and honestly, their romance is kind of adorable. How do a tech guy and an athlete end up in the same room together? Their meeting was entirely by chance. Serena was staying in a hotel in Rome for the Italian Open in 2015. While she was relaxing at a table with some friends for breakfast, Alexis came over and sat at their table. Serena was a little shocked by his forward nature, but she invited him to watch her play at the Open. They started dating, and within a year, Alexis knew that he wanted to marry Serena, and he made sure to do the proposal right. After arriving home late, Serena discovered a plane ticket and a car waiting for her. The ticket was for Rome. Deciding to go off on the adventure blindly, Serena boarded the plane and arrived in Rome. She ended up back at the hotel where she had first met Alexis. He booked the table they met at for dinner, and when the time was right, he got down on one knee and asked her to marry him. She said yes, and the two enjoyed a romantic vacation together. Before they could exchange vows, however, they ended up pregnant with their first child, and this was when the couple faced their first real test together. Although Serena's pregnancy had been easy, when she was ready to give birth, doctors discovered that the baby's heart rate was too low. An emergency C-section occurred, and it saved both the baby and Serena's life. But Serena wasn't out of the woods yet. Even though she went home with her new baby, she knew something felt off. She returned to the hospital and told them that she was worried she might have blood clots. Serena has a history of blood clots, so she listened to her body. Sure enough, the doctors found blood clots in her lungs. Then her C-section wound opened up, and her doctors discovered that a hematoma had filled her abdomen. She made it back home, but she was unable to leave bed for 6 weeks. Alexis was in charge of taking care of their new baby, but he was also worried about Serena. The fact that he couldn't do anything to help her weighed on him. Serena eventually recovered, but she struggled a little bit with motherhood. Mostly, she kept feeling down about herself and her abilities as a mother. These feelings would only intensify following the birth of her second daughter. But I think Serena probably suffered from postpartum depression with Olympia too. Despite her struggles with pregnancy, birth, and motherhood, Serena and Alexis have remained strong. She even credits Alexis for not dimming her light. He also allows her to have the spotlight. Serena's post about not feeling okay just confirms that even though she's a superhuman on the tennis court, in the real world, she's really just a human just like the rest of us. But what do you guys think? Do you think Serena is suffering from postpartum depression, or is it another type of depression? Let me know in the comments below.